Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. So I just want to say thanks to everybody who's been sharing and liking and commenting on my videos. It's really helping my channel grow, and it's really nice to have you here if you're a new subscriber. And today we're going to be looking at a little 1 or 2 player cooperative arcade puzzle game which is called Magic Twins, and those 2 twins' names are creatively named Abra and Kadabra. They're the Magic Twins. See what they did there? Very good. Anyway, with all that said, it's basically a little puzzle game, little cute puzzle game with fun aesthetics and nice, pleasing to the eye character animations and quirks. It has very basic controls where you move your character up and down the screen, and you basically have to fire into the middle to get like these bunch of cauldrons at the bottom of the screen to light up in the colours on which you are firing the balls at. So you get kind of into the game. So we're playing it here, and you get like the map, and at the map area you can go through all the levels, and there you go. But basically there's a whole different range of skins you can collect, and they've incorporated a load of achievements as well. Now I've sat and played an awful lot of this game on the Switch Lite already, because it's very pleasing to play it on the portable mode as opposed to on the home screen. But I didn't pull down my save because I wanted to get some footage from the beginning of the game as opposed to earlier on for us here. So it leads you through like a tutorial and then throws you into some of the gameplay. It's pretty straightforward, and yeah. The thing is I think this game really comes to light when you're playing it with somebody else, and it's like it really works on its own, and the CPU player, when it's playing the second player, will play fine. It's just that I don't think the CPU player, when it's playing the second player for you, is playing to the best of its possible ability. I think it's been on purposely nerfed so it doesn't make the game that easy. It's like, okay, why did you do that for, type of thing. But that aside, I think the game really comes to life really well when you're playing in 2-player mode, and I can understand that a lot. So I have grabbed some people and played the game with others, and it works really well. I must admit, it's a lot of fun when playing with somebody else. The game, to me, almost feels like it's got a real reminiscence of like an old school PS1 type of puzzle game, like something like Bust a Move, mixed with some strange, like weird nuances of, like, say, a Plants vs Zombies type game, and that is really cool. I like that a lot because the things in the middle, how you're shooting, kind of start walking out like you're on Plants vs Zombies type game. However, Magic Twins is just got that own vibe to it, and it's got that own twist on everything that just has its own play on how it all works. So there's a bunch of levels, and you slowly go through them. And yeah, I mean, the art style of the game is so lovely. It's really adorable. It's got cheerful, really happy-go-lucky music that really fits well with the game and the action of the game as well, which makes it stand out around some of the other games on the eShop. There's a lot of games that try to do, I wouldn't say similar things, but there's an awful lot of really cool puzzle games on the Switch that are like this type of game, like puzzly type games, but not puzzle games, you know what I mean? And it really does manage to get itself standing out of the pack, so to speak, because it's got its own quirks, it's got its own charm, it's got its own cool characters, and they're all a way to show you things and everything. It's really quite cool. and it's very original in the way in which it's doing its local co-op mode, mixing those elements of those puzzle games I mentioned earlier together and putting a new twist on it all, where you have to kind of work together to get the spell, so to speak, that you're trying to mix together at the bottom there to actually work. Now, as I said, if you're playing it in co-op mode, it works a lot better, and I would advise that you do just play this maybe in co-op mode, and that probably goes against like what I said earlier, where I have played a good proportion of this on the Switch Lite, because you're going to need to play on your TV if you're in co-op mode. But that's neither here nor there, because I still really enjoyed it, even just playing on my own. So, I mean, it's so charming and a lot of fun, and for me, why not? It's really hit the mark, really, with the fun puzzle game type of thing that love from those old 90s games I mentioned, like Bust a Move or Puzzle Bobble, as it's called in some countries. And yeah, it's not. I wouldn't say there's a lot more to say about it than that. It's just a lot of fun, and sometimes that's all you really need with a Switch game. Like when you're between games and you're not really knowing what to do, I've kind of played this on and off between playing through Nier Replicant and Resident Evil 7, which is just spot on, really. Like half an hour here, half an hour there, and you go through the levels and off you go. It's also to mention that it's also available on PC, which is great, so you don't have to buy it on Switch. As you progress through the levels, they do start to become a little bit more challenging, which is what you want, really. You don't want them to be too difficult, too easy all the time. And if you are playing with somebody else, it does make them easier, I'd say, than trying to do it solely. But even with that said, I did manage to go through quite a few of them. Now, I'm hoping that this possibly gets a physical edition for the Switch, because it's just so good. And it is published by Badland Publishing, so you know that it's going to it's got a good publisher behind the back of it. So hopefully you might get even a physical version. Anyway, if you do want to know any more, just drop it down below, and I can always ask the developers the question if I don't know the answer, and I'll get back to you on the next one. Thank you very much, and I'll catch you soon. Bye.
Ada praki-praki.